Okay guys, so we just finished up with the Liberty Civil Defense round. Got everything here. We had good clean shots again on everything pretty much point blank. Again, nearly blew the top off of this bottle. Seemed to be more pressure than the critical defense round, in all honesty. Maybe the added velocity is what actually caused that. The blowout here is a little bit wider as well. On the Cantaloupe, we made a good clean pass through. Cantaloupe didn't even seem to move when it was hit. Real clean entry there. And upon exit, I think it actually came out a little bit larger than the civil defense round. Again, maybe due to the added velocity. Again, this was at 1,500 feet per second and a 50 grain, really lightweight round. Side note, this round has next to no recoil at all. If you're looking for an ultra low recoil round in 380, I would consider at least trying this. Into the denim, the lower one here is our entry. We've got a little bit of gunpowder around there. Made a pretty quick exit out the back. We didn't hit the seam this time, but quick in and out. We made a right in the middle entrance. The hole is right at the same diameter of the bullet, and it came through. It looks like it came out the bottom, and it actually bounced off the bottom here a little bit before stopping just at the water bottle, just barely cut into it, made a small hole. So we did make complete passage through the block, but not enough to even get inside the water bottle. And we recovered a very large piece of the round right in front of this, and we think the second piece is inside the block. So let's get inside and take a little bit closer look. Okay guys, so we're back inside. We've got our water bottle here. As I said, outside, you know, again, pretty much point blank shot. We had quite a bit of blowback, pretty large hole coming out there. Almost completely decapitated our bottle this time. Crack goes all the way around. And then up here at the top, you know, we have about the only leftover spot that didn't come completely off. So there was a lot of pressure to just completely blow this thing out. Again, the round didn't go through the back, so we recovered this round actually in 3 pieces. So let's take a little bit closer look at the recovered round. Okay guys, so we've got the Liberty Civil Defense round here. Let's take a quick look at the unfired round. Again, it's a 50 grain, 1,500 feet per second advertised round, so very lightweight, very fast 380 round. Pretty good sized point there, open point, hollow point. The walls are very thin, which you can't really tell when you're first looking at one of these. But once they break up, like I had said, you know, they're in the water jug, they split into 3 pieces. You can kind of tell there, if I can get, yeah, there you go in focus, how thin these walls are, which I suppose that's by design for these things to split up like this, and just create havoc inside anything they enter. Kind of interesting. Like I said, we recovered half a round outside of the gel, and we've got the other half inside, so we'll take a look at that after we take a quick look at the Cantaloupe. Okay guys, so we've got the Cantaloupe here. Obviously this was entry here. Pretty clean, dead center hit. Cracks, you know, they worked their way around at different measurements, I guess you would say. Nothing completely all the way through. Turn it around here. Right at first look, it looks like a little bit bigger than the Hornady round, really, the exit. This was a soft spot before we even shot it, so I kind of knew that might happen. That was probably from the gases just coming out. Big split here. Big, pretty good split here. So yeah, I think a little bit bigger hole, not too much. So let's cut it open, take a look inside. Okay guys, so we just got it cut open, and let's take a look inside. Obviously this is the front. Things pretty starting to fall apart there at this edge, as you can see. Pretty similar path, I would say, as to the Hornady, and similar results. I think there's a lot left inside here, a lot more left inside than what was left in from the Hornady round. As I said, you know, this thing didn't move. It didn't seem, when it was hit, with the round. The thing just sat still. And again, that high velocity seems like it may have just made a super quick pass through, not taking a lot with it. Most everything seems to be left inside, just dispersed. Let's take a look at the gel block and see if we can't find that other piece of the bullet. Alright guys, so we've got our denim, we've got our gel. Let's take a quick look at both of those. Denim, there's our entry. Got a little bit of gunpowder on the outside there. Made a clean pass through. Both layers of denim, just barely missed that seam. And made a pretty clean entry into the gel. Here's our gel, entry here, exit here. See if you can see through there. Here's our entry. Pretty good size hole, right out about the size of a 380 round. Looks like that hollow point picked up some gel and pulled it in with it. As I said earlier, the bullet did exit out at least part of it. It came down, hit the metal cart. You can kind of see where it exited out about right there. Bounced back up and exited, made a final exit right here. Hit that water bottle, cut it open, and never entered actually into the water bottle. So we've got the other part of the round in here. Looking at it, I think it is right here. I'm fairly sure that second part of the round, which I think would put that at about 6.5 inches in. We'll measure and get this thing cut open to kind of verify that. Okay guys, so we've got this thing cut open, and surprisingly where I thought the bullet was, or the partial bullet, where I thought it was about 6 inches in, or 6.5, it actually, I found it at about 4 inches in, which is going to be about right here. But I didn't want to mess with it too much, so I kind of left it in there. So let's pull this apart. Again, we have entry, pulls across here, and exits down at the bottom. We'll take this top piece first, and yeah, that piece is sitting right there on top. Again, here's the entry. We're going to pull that out so we can clean it off and take a look at it here in a minute. On this side here, decent little channel, not much. Where that piece was found though, as you can see, that opens up pretty good. So that must be residual damage from that being there. Here's where I thought, and actually, now that I'm starting to pull this apart here, that is actually a third piece of the bullet that is about 6 inches in. I thought that was denim that may have been pulled, but there we go. There's the third piece of the bullet. I obviously had pulled that open quite a bit to get that out, but there's a pretty good channel there. As we go, I think I kind of lost it on this side. So a couple good channels from those broken spots. So we're going to turn this around. So now our entry is going to be here, and as you can see, it pulls down as we were looking earlier. A lot of denim. Surprisingly big channels. Inch, maybe, 1.25 inches. There in the center, again, about the spot where we found the two pieces. Pulled some denim through here. Just lots of, yeah, random cavities of damage is what I would say, I guess. Made our way down here. There's not much of anything. I kind of missed my cut. But it doesn't seem to be too much damage in there. Right here is where we hit the metal cart and made exit. So, interesting round. No huge central channel, although where we found these two pieces in at 4 and 6 inches, and then our larger piece made a full way through. Okay guys, we've got our 3 fragments from our gel test here. This is the piece that made it all the way through the gel block and hit the water block. As you can see, bulged out a little bit there as pieces were being torn off of it. Just kind of a better look at those thin walls that I was talking about. Again, designed to fragment off, so no surprise that it did so. Here's our second piece that we had found about 4 inches in. We didn't originally see until after we cut the block open. It looked like it was about to break into a couple more pieces, but never quite did. There's a little fracture here in the middle. Not sure if you can make that out. And our third piece was about 6 inches in. Again, for such a small little piece, you know, there was quite a bit of damage there. As I guess it tumbled through the gel. So surprisingly, quite a bit of damage inside the gel, not a whole lot of penetration, but again, as I said earlier, not a whole lot of recoil in this round. Let me know what you thought about this test. Please watch the test with the Hornady. Comment below, let me know which round you would prefer in your 380, and give me about a month or so and we're going to have a couple more 380 tests up.